So Dying Light 2 came out recently, and it's got some of the most interesting zombie lore I've seen. Even more so than the first game, it really advances on the idea of immunity. And with the Rick movies getting closer and closer, and the recent introduction of a new Walker variant in The Walking Dead, I thought about Rick a lot while I was playing it. Now in this game you play as someone called Aiden, a 20-year-old, as they call it, pilgrim, who is more immune, more durable and stronger than others. And that's because when he was 5 years old, a scientist called Waltz injected him and experimented on him in an attempt to create super soldiers. It was something that we literally heard was probably being done in The Walking Dead, judging by that end credit scene when we heard that French woman talk about this new virus, and actually the virus overall, why it was even created in the first place. Why were these scientists even doing that? Likely for the same sort of sinister thing as that. And of course for Aiden in Dying Light 2, he was 5 years old when that happened, and this game is set 15 years after the first outbreak in the first game, where he is now 20 and he's looking for his sister Mia, who's just a bit younger than he is. The Walking Dead, scarily enough to think about, isn't that far off it being 15 years into the apocalypse. I mean, just by a few years, eventually in that time of almost a new age of the apocalypse. And that's why themes such as immunity are so likely with the introduction of a new walker, a new zombie in this universe. It's become like a cliche thing to say. It's changed everything though, because it actually has changed everything. You can try and be sophisticated about it and say it's not a zombie show, it's about the people. Okay, you heard Robert Kirkman say that once. Don't try and be clever. That's actually not the case. It is a zombie show. It's in the horror genre. Introducing a new zombie specifically to lead on to the Rick Grimes movies and what he's going to deal with and actually stop it from getting out. Immunity is incredibly likely now. So in today's video I want to go over how the Rick Grimes movies will be scarily similar to Dying Light 2 if a few certain things happen. Again, this is just in correlation with it. There were the rumours just over a year ago now that Rick Grimes would actually die for a cure in the third movie, which again I just think is likely for Rick anyway, regardless of any rumours you hear or what it may look like. I've always thought that's how Rick's story would end. Just a sacrificial death. You know, Dying Light 2 has these somewhat, to say the least, flamboyant zombies walking around so that you see it in game. You don't go near it because it will scream and cause a chase. There's slow ones that you can be somewhat nonchalant about. The fast ones will jump on you. There's big that throw concrete at you. But the main correlation between these two worlds is the protagonists, Aiden Caldwell and Rick Grimes. Like I said, Aiden was at a very young age experimented on and turned into this without even understanding it fully. Half zombie, half human. In the world of Dying Light, if you're out in the dark, that's when the zombies come out and that's when Aiden will turn. However, if he's under a UV lamp or he's inside, he's okay. It's not brought out of him. The zombie stuff that happens to Aiden in this game is so cool. Like I said, they just really advanced on the immune idea. At certain points in the story, he will even turn into this complete volatile without barely having any control over it. I'd love that to happen in The Walking Dead's world, and again with the fast zombie variant, that's kind of likely, but more so the correlation between this is immunity. Again, different styled video because I'm not actually trying to make some big impactful claim or statement that this is actually going to happen. But Rick Grimes, back when he was in the hospital in a coma months into the apocalypse, his wife, son and best friend thought he was dead. They moved on a bit too fast, but that's besides the point. AMC did release a webisode called The Oath that showed this Gail character that lived in that hospital that Rick was at and looked after him for some of his coma, but she wasn't there the whole way through. He actually woke up and saw this body, so it's almost like they've added story to a corpse that he saw. A woman looked after him, gave him water, food. The reason Rick even lived was massively to do with her, but she didn't survive those 3 months. She died pretty early on, and there was a good amount of time where Rick wasn't being tended to. This is where I feel like they would even consider making Rick somewhat immune. It's what separates him from just any other character in regards to how they could be immune. It's that he was in a coma when it started. I've always wanted to avoid talking about Rick in his coma when talking about theories and Rick Grimes at all, because a lot of stupid ideas spawn from that area of The Walking Dead. You know, the Rick's just having a dream theory. It's dodgy territory talking about Rick in a coma, but the fact is Rick was in a coma for a really long time and shouldn't really have survived that amount of time that he was unattended to.
I was supposed to get in touch with you.
Thought you'd change your mind. Why are you looking for Waltz, Pilgrim?
To find someone else. Her name is Mia. 15 years ago, we were in a hospital together and...
I know who you're looking for, Aiden. You want to know why Waltz was doing those experiments on all of you. Why you are stronger, more durable than others.
I just want to find Mia. I've been looking for her since I left the survivors camp. Can you help me or not?
Maybe I can. Let's meet, Pilgrim.
Aiden is more stronger, more durable than others. What if that's the same with Rick? See, we've actually got loads of examples on this, that Rick is more durable than others. Back in his final episode where he was bleeding out for 40 minutes, blew himself up, sailed down a river and survived it. And the biggest key when it comes to Rick Grimes actually being immune is that he was in a coma that started before the fall, before the outbreak, just days before it started. So what if that very thing that got the virus to spread and get into everyone, you know, the big reveal at the end of season 2 that everyone's got it, what if Rick doesn't? What if because he was in a coma, because he was dead, he is somewhat immune? Surviving what he did in episode 5 in itself is the representation of that, something that he will call back to when he wakes up in that first movie. He survived something that no one else would have. Not only was he in a coma, but he was completely separate from everyone else outside. He had a visit from Shane, but that stopped. When the outbreak happened, he was untouched even by the military. So what if the reason he's been gone for so long and the reason he's not allowed to leave is because there's something about him, something actually different that could help the CRM find a cure? Remember, Jadis said that she gave the CRM someone valuable upon her arrival, and yeah, they need people that's valuable, they're resourceful to them. You might even think, okay, well maybe he's got some kind of rank at the CRM now. But what becomes more real is that he's been kept away. Rick simply wouldn't be away this long if he was allowed to go on little visits back home. If he had a rank, he would actually just be able to go and see them. What if because Rick was in a coma and because he was away, isolated from the world when it all started happening, he possesses something that could actually help the cure? That's what the CRM want, that all this time he's actually been getting experimented on, but in a different way to what we've seen. See, if he's durable, if he's immune in some way, he might not even be able to turn into a zombie, and would be on no progress on a cure or any of the experiments. Jadis bringing the CRM someone of so much importance that could actually change how they see the virus would give her such a promotion and potential in the CRM. But Dr. Jenner did blood tests and all of them. He would have found something. I don't care about blood, my boy. The end credit scene for World Beyond didn't change everything just because of this new type of zombie. It changed everything also because it showed us that Dr. Jenner doesn't know everything, that there's something that he didn't do that the CRM will do. It's shown it's a lot bigger than that. Sure, he's found something in Rick that was in everyone else, but there's tests and things that will be done to find out if Rick is really immune or different in some way. It's just a correlation with Dying Light 2 that I love, and with the rumours of Rick actually dying for a cure, it makes sense that there's something different inside of him. It doesn't mean he's going to run around like Aiden and be a volatile, even though that would be really cool. I mean, I'd give an arm to see that, but I don't think that's going to happen really. I'm an optimist. But no, I think the same with Ellie in The Last of Us. You know, there's something about her that's different, bitten, and nothing happens. Immune. This would be more like The Last of Us in the sense that it would be a lot more closer to reality, in the way that Rick Grimes would eventually die to save his family. It's what the character stands for. Andrew Lincoln is done with the character. That's why he left. He's doing the movies to finish it, to give it the best end he could possibly give after leaving quite early on, compared to how much the Walking Dead universe will go on. And the best way for him to do that, to go out in some big way, is to be the answer to the end of this variant of Walker that puts everyone in almost too much danger. This zombie isn't just fast, remember, it's stronger, more durable, and maybe even had some memory of before. This is something that Rick would likely be identified as having that same variant virus, because he died just before the start of the outbreak, during his coma. This, I think, is what would be used to show that he's more durable, more stronger. He's died many times before but survived. The CRM found something inside of him. The end of his story could unfortunately be sacrificing himself to end that variant, making it easier for everyone else in the Walking Dead universe and saving millions of lives. He will save everyone from that variant, because there's something inside of him, just like Ellie in The Last of Us, that needs to be traded in for some kind of cure. And this would just open up another door in the Walking Dead universe, in this new age of the apocalypse where that variant's gone, but there's this new civilization, this new dark age. It's all thanks to Rick Grimes. This was more for fun than and it was some idea that I think is absolutely 100% gonna happen. Like I said, with the release of Dying Light 2, it's got me so much more interested in the idea of immunity. This game puts it across so greatly, and playing as Aiden, it's really interesting to me, and it's something that I'd love to see Rick Grimes deal with. With new walkers, he's not out of the question anymore, and you know, I do only want to look at the facts of it. He was in a coma, he could have actually died during the outbreak of the virus that eventually ended the world. It's interesting, you know, Rick did survive something that no one else would have. They made it very clear that he bled out an unrealistic amount of blood and survived it. It could be because he's more durable, more stronger than others. Again, I don't think he's going to run around and be a zombie. But with the rumours of him dying for a cure, I understand this idea might appear almost comical and novelty, but they've straight up just showed Dr. Jenner didn't know everything, and there is a new variant of Walker that it's taken nearly just over 10 years actually to find out about, so never say never. I started watching The Walking Dead, and you know, my interest in the comics even before that was for the zombies, the grim sort of darkness of it. You know, I don't watch it to see Daryl and Connie get together. I'm not that sort. I don't know why that's something people need. You know, all I've seen is some out of touch old people not like the idea of this fast walker. So let me know what you think of it down below. Do you think the idea of a fast walker, stronger walker is good? And do you think there's some possibility that Rick is immune or stronger and more durable, which would be the answer and the end of Rick Grimes? I genuinely want to hear what you think about this. Let me know what you think down below. Press the like button if you enjoyed the video. It helps me out and gets this video seen by more people. And check out this video where I break down the latest trailer for Better Call Saul Season 6. I talk about the release date and what I think is going to happen further down the line. And watch this video while I was playing DayZ live and someone joined my game and pretended that they were Rick Grimes. If you want to see how I do in the apocalypse, watch this. Cut myself on a ladder and ruin the stream. Rick saved it a bit though.
I got some tablets for you. Oops, I just ate it.
You junkie. Are you ready for this, Rick? God, I like such a
I'm gonna feed you some Pepsi. Can't have you dying.
I actually can't die. He ignored me. Rick? He's run off.
Actually, I'll try and make some rags. Cut your hands again.
Yeah. Oh, that's what you were saying. You were making me rags. Sorry, you cut out for a minute.
I'll try and make some rags.
Wait. Come back.
Got you some shotgun shells for that shotgun.
Oh, nice, thanks.
I think you can unlock some stuff with it. I'm not sure. I've never used them keys before.
Speak! So your name's Steffi. You're giving me a Steffi. Get some... Right. You just embarrassed me.
Yes. Hi. Hi. My name is Steffi.
I've been shot, man. It's been shot.
I will put your head onto the ground if you don't tell me what your name is.
Someone shot me.
Wait, you got shot?
Don't know where. Yeah, someone shot me.
Are you doing this, you little... She's a fucking decoy. You bastard. Trying to get us killed, is that what it is? What are you hiding? Tell us. With your fucking shorts on. She's got a knife! Nah, bye.